one of the toughest things about being in the workplace is when you work, it's not even so much the work. It's when you work around like really good looking women and you're in a relationship.
Yep.
Dude, that has to be fucking tough, man. That's like being a fat person on a diet and walking
a cupcake factory.
yeah, exactly. Walking
Yo, that shit sound
like,
good about right now.
Yeah,
like,
walking through a candy store.
where's the
every day.
cupcakes?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, working around beautiful women, but you got to realize that, you don't want to sacrifice what you have for, crazy fucking chicks because
Some of them are, they're crazy.
Like a lot of them.
A lot of them?
Like you guys know, women in the profession that we worked in or work in are nuts. A whole lot of them.
Yeah, there's a good amount that got some psychological issues there, man. But I will say, man, there's been a few where it's just like, what would you look like with my dick in you? Like that, literally, like you just start thinking about, like, God, yeah, come on, man, really?
I mean,
yes,
I know what it looks like, but
no,
like I never
you want to see it up close.
What would you look like?
Yeah, what would you look like dick?
Like you definitely imagine it, of course. Like you definitely like think about it. I mean, it definitely crosses your mind.
Absolutely.
Being a married man, like working in an environment. I work in an environment where I'm always around beautiful women.
Watch him be real political with his answer.
Just women of all, just women of all kinds.
Michelle, no, here at the White House, like
I actually work. I actually work with her, Michelle, and she's super awesome. She's one of the most. She's one of the most awesome like people you could ever meet.
I tell you what, man. There's a girl with that name who works at my. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Got to ask you could set your drink.
A lot of good looking Michelles out there.
At my job now, I work with a bunch of fucking grungy dudes. So
you still get that hard on like you used to get when you was there?
Of course. As a rock. Fucking dumbass.
It's definitely a difficult situation because you're married, you're committed, you love your wife,
and they have women hitting on you.
Yeah,
and then a lot of them hitting on me. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we like to think that women are hitting on us because that's just as guys, like we got that machismo. We're like, they're definitely hitting on us because it is what it is.
True. But go ahead, man. Go ahead. They were hitting on you, right?
When she says, oh, I'm going to Vegas alone. You want to come?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a super invite. That's an open leg invitation right there. That's
you
without a
should
doubt.
have been like, define what you mean by do you want to come?
Yeah.
No,
do you want to
either way, it's an invitation.
I can definitely
I can't
come by.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, I won't even put myself in that situation.
Listen, talking like a lawyer.
Make sure you're not. Make sure you're not coming. I mean, going by yourself.
I won't fucking legally put myself in that situation.
Yeah,
I won't relationship wise put
Listen,
myself in that situation.
No. Listen, man, like.
But look. Any woman with fucking 2 working brain cells knows that when her man is out in the workplace or wherever, there's gonna be temptation. Because you know what? Because they feel that same temptation when they go see a fucking dude over there. Oh my God, look at him. Oh my God. But you know what? The difference between the man and the woman is that they both don't act on it.
Here's what differentiates everything, and here's what puts it into perspective. Like, I've been married for about 10 years now. Mm-hmm. I got married very young. You know how people say like, oh man, you got married young, like man, you still got like so much left ahead of you. And usually by so much left ahead of you means like you got so much more women to fuck. Yeah. Like, dude, like what are you doing? Exactly. Like why did you get married at such a young age?
Exactly.
And even my dad was like, are you sure you want to do this? Like at was it 20 or 21? It was at 20 or 21.
You got married at 21?
Yeah, I did.
Dope.
No, but I wanted to. Like it came from me. Like it I was. Right. The funny thing is, like when I tell people at what age I got married, they ask me, was she pregnant? Was there a special circumstance or snenario in which were you forced into this marriage? It's like no, like I actually generally found this girl. I really liked her. We never lived together. her family had very Christian values, and and I came from that as well. But and I understood it, and we fooled around. We never, surprisingly, I can sit here and tell you with a straight face that we never did any. We indulged in some activity, but we didn't go all the way. And this almost went about for 2 years. Like we didn't indulge in anything, and to this day, I could say I held off. It was something special about her. Like I held off, and because I came from a sexually active environment where I was sexually active before meeting her. And even when I was in a situation where I had to pick between the chick that wanted to fuck and the chick that wanted to wait.
Yeah.
Couldn't
you do both?
No.
Yes,
no.
yes.
Yes. Could I have done both? Absolutely. But I chose not to, because at that time, I was like, maybe I'm looking for something a little bit more serious. Maybe I want to just kind of I know I was young. I know that. But at the time, that's what my frame of thought was. I was like, hey, maybe I want this nice girl. Maybe I'm looking for. Maybe I'm done with. Maybe I'm done with just the partying.
But all right. So,
I was young at the time. Sure, I still had a lot of partying left in me, but at the time, that's what I decided, and that's what I went with.
Okay, but you're with the wife now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, you're with the wife now. You got the stable relationship.
Yep.
Whether it's your wife or a girl you're committed to, you're surrounded by a lot of temptation, man.
Oh, absolutely.
A whole lot of temptation.
Absolutely. And this goes back to, working in the club days. Like, there's a lot of temptation there. Like, working at a club is like, you're walking into a club, you're walking in with the most known DJ at the club. You're walking in with the closer of the show. Like, you feel like $1 million. Like, you could have any girl in that club that you want. I told my wife from the get-go, I was like, look, like, if I ever feel like I'm out of place in this relationship, like, that I feel like I want to go cheat or I want to go be with another woman, like, I'd rather let you know. Like, I don't want to do
what
it.
What the fuck would you let her know, man? You crazy?
No. Like,
well, because you don't
but it's part of it. I think
it's not fun,
I think
man.
it's a part in the relationship where you gotta.
Look at that shit talking like he got something to lose.
no, really, fucking always looking over your shoulder. Because one of her friends might be right there. Fuck that shit, man.
Nah,
Who wants to fucking live like that? Like one of America's Most Wanted. Hoping that nobody's gonna take a fucking picture of you.
Yeah. Now look.
Well, nowadays, the person who takes that picture is probably one of your own friends.
Yeah, exactly. The world is much smaller than you're led to believe.
Yeah.
You could be in another city, another town, another state.
And
you'll still run into somebody. You'll never know who knows who from a mutual friend of somebody else's mutual friend who goes back to that mutual friend who then tells your girl, and then you just never know.
No, you don't.
Like, social media has changed the game. It's not.
You're absolutely right.
You can't. I mean, I would imagine you can't cheat the way you used to before. I never cheated, but I just mean like, no.
I like how you threw that out there.
I'm being open and honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, and just being in a relationship, like, sometimes we're afraid to just be open and honest because that's what you agreed to when you get married. It's like you agree to just be with each other through any kind of situation, and you have to be open. And if you and I think your girl or your wife would appreciate it more if you went, hey, like, this is how I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm in a crossroads where, like, I'm feeling this type of way. Like, maybe the relationship isn't going the way I thought it was. Like, hey, like, I'm starting to, and we'll bring it back to the work scenario. Like in my work scenario, in my workforce, like, I work with a lot of women. A lot of a big percentage of who I work with they're women.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I'm like, look, like, a lot of my friends, they're like my boys, but they're girls. Yeah. They're like my boys, though. Like, they're part of the.
They just got titties.
Yeah, they just got titties. Yeah, basically. But, like,
I was the same way.
And what happened?
It's tough.
Women never understand that totally.
Yeah, they will never understand it totally because they always feel threatened, especially when they go out with your coworkers.
They can have as many guy friends as
Yeah.
Hold on. But you're supposed to understand that when they got a bunch of guy friends, you're supposed to understand that. Oh, it's just my guy friend. But if you got a friend who's a chick, oh no, that's like suddenly a problem.
Yeah.
Like how the fuck does that work?
It's very tough.
It's fucking a double standard.
Yeah,
that women put on. and fucking guys
just as much
somehow
as we
go
don't
with.
trust guys because we know how we are ourselves, they don't trust girls because they know how they are themselves. And it kind of sucks because it's like you really do make some genuine friendships at work.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's not in a way where you know, like, sure, are they attractive? Absolutely. Would you attempt to, you know, pursue something else if you were single? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hide my wedding ring. My wedding ring's right here. It's always on me. You know, so like you always hear like, oh, when girls see a wedding ring on you, like they try to get with you even more. Like I've never personally experienced that directly that I know of. Maybe, I don't know. But like I just think of it as like, okay, well, like I'm working with these girls, like it's not my fault that there's more girls than guys. I'm not doing the hiring process. You know, like
hey, listen,
they're
it's not
there.
my fault that my dick is hanging out while I'm walking down the hall. It's
Yeah,
just not my fault.
it's not my fault that I'm the only guy in the room. You know, like it's just what it is, and like you really build.
It ain't my fault.
Did I do that? It ain't my fault that I do that. You know, and so
when you get them pregnant, that's what you say. Did I do that?
Did I do that? It wasn't me. You know,
okay.
like now we're doing shaggy now. Now we turn. So it's really hard because you really build genuine relationships with these females. They're not. It's not in a scenario where it's like, yo, I want to fuck.
No, yeah, it is. Of course it is.
Hey, come on! I'm trying to. Come on, man! Don't throw me under the bus here. No. I mean, if I was single, yeah. No. Yeah, as a single guy, absolutely.
Yeah.
But as a married guy, like you got to take into account that you know, like
I was single and had plenty of female friends that I didn't even want to touch because
because you build such a cool relationship that you don't want to fuck that up because the
exactly.
moment you go and you make a move, it's done. It's over.
Yep.
Because 9 times out of 10. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, like I didn't think we were like that. Like I thought we were just cool. We had a cool.
Or they get involved with you, and when eventually shit goes bad. Now you got to see that same person every day at work. And that was always one of my biggest things. Was at work was like, there's a lot of pretty girls around here, and when it goes good, it's good.
It's like that saying, you don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, but when it goes bad, I still got to see that person walking around the halls or in the office 8 hours a day. No, it's just not working.
Yeah, I just ran into a scenario where it's unfortunate because it sucks, you know. But like, you know, you have these good friends and these good relationships that you build at work, and it's nothing more than a friendship. It's like I said, they're like your boys, you know, like your homeboys, you know, like, you know, you go out with them as a group, you have fun, you have a good time, nothing more than that, you know. And there's even been scenarios where, in the instances I do go out with my coworkers, like we all go out in a group because we even have a nickname for ourselves because there's always a core group that just ends up going out. Always, you know, we make the invite, we invite a lot of people, but it always ends up being the core group. So this core group, you know, we go out, and my wife has been out even at times with us.
Danny, is this a confessional?
No confessional.
Because if it is, I'm going to require monetary donation to the church, and we're going to have to do this behind closed doors.
No confessional. It's just